We can do this.
Oh my God, we can do it. We can do it. We're back. We're back. We're live on the internet. We're back. We're sitting here like laughing about how awesome Taylor's Kings
Oh,
of
we're
the
back.
Moon
I thought we were
characters.
falling through the sky actively.
No,
Sorry.
we are.
No.
We're gonna get there in a second. We have to like warm up to that. But we'll need to talk about the details because it's been a long time. I don't remember everything, John. So you guys can set the stage for me.
Oh,
I've got it
we're
written
on the
down.
ground. We're on the ground.
Yeah,
Safe.
you landed
and the
safe,
dragon's
right?
dead.
Yeah.
Well,
You're up
no.
to speed, my friend.
I have it written down.
We're punchy tonight. It's Labor Day. It's
Punchy.
Monday night. Everybody's punchy. We're all fired up. Look, I don't even want to know what like Mike's gonna do tonight. Mike looks like ready to like spring like a coiled serpent. John and Kurt.
Is there a different window I'm not seeing here?
John and Kurt are wearing these matching shirts and trying to throw me off with the glasses. I don't know what's going on, but I'm
All
excited.
I know is when Kurt puts a gun to his head, we gotta just stand back. Because he's putting a gun to his head watching that, guys. Just saying.
We're all gonna live. It's fine.
We're all gonna live.
It's totally.
Yep.
Oh,
We're all fired up. So you guys are doing good. It sounds like everybody had a pretty solid weekend, unless you worked yourself to the bone and are exhausted. But
yay.
I did my COVID recovery this weekend. That was my big weekend. So, yeah.
I can't even get over that you're actually like sick with COVID. That's terrible. But we're glad that you are like recovering.
Oh my God.
Like here.
Where'd you get it from? Do you know?
Oh, yeah. It was a gift
Your
from my
parents?
child. No.
Yeah?
Gift
myself.
from the children.
Yep.
Yeah.
They bring lots of things like that home to you. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. If you have the option of either COVID or an enema with lava, it's a toss-up. That's a close one. You know what I mean? So-
Okay. It's fair.
Noted.
Where's that why not both gift?
Does anyone know what that does?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I've been home alone for 5 days. I have not spoken to hardly anybody, so this is outstanding.
Oh, this
Exactly.
is gonna
So
be
he's like fired up. He's delighted.
wonderful.
We were like, let's start early
Oh,
today.
and I'm entering early menopause because apparently I still have COVID in me, and I just sweat. So you have to forgive me, but
No problem. No
no
problem.
problem.
It's no problem at all. We're all torqued up today. We're like having fun, man. We wanted to start early. I could not. I had a meeting. I'm sorry. So here we are. It's a little bit after 9:00. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons again. Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything we should go over here? It seems like you guys are probably like about ready to like resolve this. It's been like weeks of like falling, this endless like Hans Grubering, except with like less consciousness.
It's the Loki. It's the Loki scene. I've been falling for 30 minutes.
There's a great like bit in The Magicians where they're like, oh, you're gonna be executed, but you get to choose your own death. Either like we hang you or we'll throw you into the endless pit, you know, the infinite hole. And they're like, well, the infinite hole, like obviously, like we'll keep falling forever. Like we're not actually gonna die. And they're like, oh no, you'll be smashed to death on the razor sharp rocks on the side on the way down, you know. And they're like, but still, it takes longer, right? They're like, yes. He's like, okay, that one. Yes, that one, definitely. So choose the slow death. That's the like lesson here.
Nice.
Anyway, where did we leave off with you guys? There's nothing really to go over. We don't have any kind of like housekeeping. There's been no like major level ups. You guys don't have more hit points. You have less. What should I remember before we like jump back into it?
I'm Doctor Strange loving a dragon towards
Yep.
the ground.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. My last notes are Hulric is falling on the back of the dead dragon. Crixus is falling. Angus and Lothar are being held by an eagle, and Eerie is also being held. But Lothar and I are down. Lots of people are down.
I forgot that Lothar was down. I'll be perfectly
Lothar is
honest
down.
with you now that I'm looking.
Damn
I'm
it.
like,
I
oh
shouldn't
my
have said
god. No, you should have.
Now Lothar's
It's
life
good.
is the balance.
Listen, it's important. Continuity. You would think that I would have remembered. Honestly, you guys, I've been going back watching a lot of the early episodes. I was like converting a bunch of stuff on YouTube. I just like cleaned them up. I trimmed the entrances so like they start faster. But we've been playing this for a long time. We started this game in like January. It's been like quite a journey here. So I don't know how invested you guys are, but I'll be really upset if somebody dies tonight. Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe not. Probably
I don't know.
No, we haven't.
I mean, we're like out of combat, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
So-
are out
so
of combat.
12 seconds
And
has
so
gone past.
I think to pick up where we are, the camera opens. And we see the like clouds across like the steely gray sky as it begins to like pull back, and we catch the like mountain range almost endless in every direction, and the camera like pitching. We hear the like rush of wind of something falling, and that's when we see it, the first form like small and plummeting, the tumbling form of Eerie Vandrin Silverspark, her staff loose from her hand, cartwheeling freely beside her towards the earth, above Lothar, arrows cascading out of his quiver, like a rain, like falling next to him as he tumbles end over end, and then like we pitch.
We're actually being held by eagles.
Both of you are being held by eagles?
Yes, we both got caught.
You just said
Yes.
that. Yeah, you did. See, I'm like
Angus
looking at
and
the
Lothar are
map.
being held by one eagle, and
And
Eerie is
you're
being held by another.
a separate one. But
Yes.
Crixus
Yes.
is falling unconscious. God, I'm bad at Dungeons and Dragons. Let me just sit here and soak in my own shame for a minute.
No.
Okay. Okay. I can do
I mean,
better.
my staff is still plummeting to the earth, though.
I'm
That's very
ashamed.
true.
Yeah, your staff is falling. We rewind. It could have been that bad, but it is not. As clutched to the talons of one giant eagle, I do see Angus and Lothar pitching to the second. We see like Eerie hanging, dangling from like the sweater clenched in the robes, but nonetheless Ulrich is riding down on the back of the broken dragon, Razor Strike, as Crixus, his mount like slain from underneath him, falls wildly, clutching the rod of Gural Khan in one hand, in the massive 10-foot length of a pike. And so I guess we'll just pick up right there.
Can Angus reach Lothar? I don't know why I've already forgotten his name. So you might as well just know.
How dare you forget
Can
that.
Angus reach Lothar from his talon?
I think probably. I think you probably could, but you probably have to like try. You're like wheeling around a little bit. The like bird's got the feet tucked up, so maybe like an acrobatics or an athletics check to like make the reach. But it's like pretty close.
Okay. Acrobatics.
Sure. DC's low.
So is my roll.
Not that low. I think that like you wheel grabbing for him and the bird like pitches and his body like kicks up like out of the way, right? As you like swing away from him. Yeah.
I'm going to say to the bird, because they appear intelligent.
Yeah.
Is release me, save him. And I just point in the direction of both of them. I'm not very specific.
Yeah.
Pointing in the direction of Ulrich and Crixus.
Make like a persuasion check here.
29.
Oh yeah.
Not even a natural 20.
No.
29.
Yeah. Yeah. Bard things. I think that the bird excuse me. I think the bird is like, like pitching and like wheeling, and like it's starting to like dive towards like Crixus, who's plummeting. Let's cut to like Ulrich as you're on the back of the dragon. What exactly are you doing? The dragon's
All
like
right.
wings like yeah.
All right. So I had put a rope around its neck.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
So I am going to try to stand on it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shift my weight to throw the balance forward and try to dive it towards Crixus. With animal handling. Then animal handling is
Isn't that
not.
corpse handling?
No, it's definitely not.
Come on, what do you
handling.
think? I know it's got to be a crazy high roll, but what do you think?
I think it's going to be an athletics check, you know? I think you, like, wrap the rope around one forearm and, like, brace your feet, like, wheeling around, and you're going to try to, like, wrench this thing, steering it down.
Because the only way we're going to have a chance of being saved is if we're both close
Together.
to each other. That's the only way I see
No,
this happening.
there's 2 eagles. There'll be 2 free talons. There's 2 falling people. There should be no issue here.
This is hasty moments decisions. Go for it. Make an athletics check. It's true, though. 20. Ulrich. I think that like you're like as like bones like breaking the thing's back, and you're like wrenching it around. The wings are like twisted and like flapping, and one of them like catches like and yeah, you're like pulling closer to Crixus, so you're not right on top of each other yet. This like dragon is plummeting in Crixus. The camera cuts to you as you're like falling with the rod like clutched in one hand. Ulrich with like the rope around the neck of this dragon is literally like Silver Surfer steering it down through the sky towards you. What do you want to do here?
How far away is he?
Probably like 15 feet out from like the front of the dragon, right? It's like kind of plummeting down along next to him now. Yeah.
Did you just ask the unconscious Crixus what he wants to do?
Yes, I did.
Is Crixus unconscious?
I'm not unconscious.
Oh,
I didn't
you were.
think he
I don't
was.
think he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
even better then.
I also don't remember anything.
I
so.
don't think he was, because I wrote down let Lothar and I
His-
went down.
The dragon
His
hit his
ego went
mount.
down.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was still up. Yes.
Has my eagle dropped me yet?
Not yet.
Also, who did I cast Featherfall on?
Me,
Was
which is
it
why I
was
want
Angus.
the eagle to let go.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bite the eagle. I use my horns to gore the eagle. It's not fucking
You're
drop me.
starting to like thrash around like, seriously, let me go. It's about to let you go. You rolled really high. Mike, as you're plummeting, what's happening with Crixus?
Would you allow me to use my alter self ability to become like a flying squirrel with my skin?
I don't think you. Let's put it in the chat. Drop it in the chat real quick. I don't
It's
think you
not
could go
mentioned.
like full animal, but it's got to be like I think a humanoid type thing. Let's take a look real quick.
Well,
Because you could definitely give yourself like webbed hands and gills. So let's just like take a. Let's
I
like.
think in the
I'm trying to find it.
player's guide that you send us, there are flying squirrel people, if I remember correctly.
Oh
So
yeah,
that would be humanoid.
they're actually in the Abrea unearthed arcana is what the trouble is, and so they have not been approved past play testing yet. Hold on a second, my Roll20 is getting weird and laggy. At this
It doesn't say it in the player's handbook, but it the original editions goes more detailed. This edition is less detailed. It's sort of a judgment call on your part.
You can do aquatic adaptation, change appearance, or natural weapons.
Yep, I know. That's what I'm saying. He could give himself like webbed hands and gills.
Or I just
You
pressed
could
number.
make like a suit, like one of those like flying suits.
Well, that was kind of like my thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about, and the fact that I'm also part dragon. I kind of figured it wasn't like it was sort of out of the. It's not out of the wheelhouse out of a humanoid considering.
Yeah,
the
no,
dragon.
I'm just like,
But at the same time, listen, I'm cool. Whatever. If you want to say no quickly, let's move on.
I'm not saying no quickly. I just wanted to read it quickly, which
'Cause we
is why I
just
dumped it
pressed-
here in the chat. And so, yeah, you're able to like give yourself like some membranes, right? Like to like stretch your kind of like arms out. Like in other words, you don't transform into an actual flying squirrel. You just like Crixus, right? But like your scales can like fan out, and like widen up in like the leaping lizard kind of pose. You know what I mean? Yeah. So make either.
Let's have another action. That's one action. If you give me more actions, then I will continue.
No, that's your action. So I was going to say, why don't you go ahead and make like an acrobatics or an athletics check? It's like, what do you want to do as like you do this? You still have like movement and stuff, right?
Well, that was the first step. That was the first thing that I'm doing. The second thing that I'm doing is, for lack of time, I'm gonna move on, guys, because I had something else to say. But we're gonna move on.
You could say
I
whatever you want to say.
sword
We're
out
no.
my
Yeah.
Mike, I'd like you to
I'm
say.
talking to the audience. I'm not talking to everybody else.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
to the audience.
Okay.
I'm talking to everybody at
He's
home
not
right now.
talking to me.
No, I take the rule of Guru Khan and I extend its button for Flame Blade and I chop. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna see if I can chop off the wing.
Of the dragon.
No, the eagle that I'm on.
Oh, of the dead eagle that you're like tumbling down with.
Yep.
You want to cut the wing off. Okay. You push the button and like the like pike collapses and the flaming blade extends. At this point, Angus, the eagle drops you. And so you're feather falling?
Yes.
So
And
you're
the eagle goes, "What the hell is that guy doing down there? He's butchering him."
I think you're like "Rah!" The eagle like screams as it like drops you. And Angus, there's a moment where you're like and you just like catch, right? The eagle like plummeting down even like beneath you as it's like streaking towards Hulric on the back of like the dragon with the rope attached to its neck. Eerie, you're unconscious?
Yep.
I think this is where a death save comes into play.
Yeah, probably.
Because you had one success as we left last
I had
time.
one success.
Right. That
Yes.
part I remembered. That was the only important part.
Mm.
All right. I'm rolling real dice. I need to not do this. Oh, that's a fail. That's an 8. Okay. One
That's
failure.
An 8. That's one failed death saving throw, one successful. Okay, Angus is like feather falling down. Eerie is like clutched in the talons. The like eagle is like diving towards Hulric on the dragon. Hulric, you see like Crixus like slap his arms out and his wings like these like membranes grow. The scales like catch whoosh, the wind, and he like the pike collapses. A flaming sword emerges out of the rod. What do you want to do?
I looped the rope around its neck. I didn't tie it or anything.
Yeah.
So I want to take my rope and hold one end and try to throw the rope towards Crixus. Like
Okay.
seeing the eagle coming towards me, like maybe it would give us better odds.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how close to the ground are we?
You're
you tell?
300 feet up thereabouts. So you've been falling for like 2 rounds. Ultimately, like you're getting closer. You're you're like halfway down. It's what will happen. You're like halfway down. So go ahead and make like again like an acrobatics check or an athletics check to throw the rope to Crixus. Probably athletics. As you like take it, you're like, like throw the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Crixus,
Oh,
the rope
not that
comes
close.
flying past you, and like the
Fall off the
wind
beach.
catches it as it whips away, and you're now holding the flaming sword. Your arms like extended, like your whole body like vibrating from the wind, like catching in these sails. Go for it. Make an attack roll to cut the wing off.
Okay.
Nice. Roll damage. 5 and 8 fire
13.
damage. So you're like chop, and the wing now is like burning. You're like most of the way through.
Wait.
What?
Isn't dead or unconscious automatic crit?
Yeah, but like we're just looking for damage on the wing as an object. I'm considering it, right? Like it's dead. It's definitely like super dead. And so still like the flaming sword like burning. You hear like meat sizzling, and you're like getting pulled back with the like actual resistance of the wind. And you manage to like sever the wing, like rips off the side of the eagle and starts like cartwheeling away. What are you trying to do with it?
I'm just gonna grab the wing and use it as an additional glider.
So like you grab like one edge of it and like start trying to pitch. Angus, your feather falling. What do you want to do?
I'll do whatever I can to survive, you know.
I will have out my bow and just looking for another dragon. I don't know, like if any other creatures come to hassle us, I will fire my bow at them.
I thought you were going to say put us out of our misery.
I know.
I'm saving the one. I have one arrow left, and I'm saving it for myself.
It's gonna be a
If
real
you were
tough
Tinker or
shot.
Gnome, then
It's gonna be
maybe
a
you'd be
real
shot at, but no.
tough shot. Okay,
Okay.
Eerie.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have you make one more death save here, as the eagle's like plummeting for the earth.
I got another 8.
Oh.
Why are you rolling offline?
Because these are death saves.
Yeah,
are
and the one
important
time you rolled
things.
online, it was a save.
I don't know if it matters.
Well, apparently it does, because the 2 times you ignored what helped you
Well,
last.
I'm gonna switch dice now because this one is
Oh.
not
Or
helpful.
you do it online again, like the one success you got.
Listen, death
Where are we
saves.
going?
I roll with the dice. With the die.
At this point, Halric, you've thrown the rope unsuccessfully. The eagle that's let go of Angus is like swooping down in over you with Lothar like clutched in one hand. What are you trying to do here?
I'm going to wait for the eagle and try to use my action to help like the eagle get me.
Okay,
Put
got
myself
it.
into, but I do want to scream towards Crixus. Can you heal Eerie from here? Maybe she can help us if she's not dead. No, I'm hedging all bets. Right?
You
We
hear
got
the
eagles
dwarf
diving,
like fucking
right?
screaming through the wind, Crixus, as you're like clutching on the wing, like. So like flapping into your face.
I pointed Hulrook and I said 1 minute. I put my headphones on. Oh, now I can hear you. Oh, got it. All right, hold on a second.
What is Erie's eagle doing?
Erie's eagle is diving down, trying to like get towards Halric. It just was further away. It had to like dive to get her, right? So it's like moving towards Halric and the dragon. Yep.
I thought that was Lothar's eagle.
They both are, is what I'm saying. But Lothar's
Okay.
was out in front, right? Like yours was closer. Hers dropped down to get her. So. I'm sorry, that was very funny. Halric, you're trying to like help the eagle to catch you, right? So it's gonna try to like snatch you up with advantage here. I need to get my headphones. You got me, Mike.
You're not gonna. Does it look like it's gonna make it?
To you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's in range. It looks like it's going to make it. You're giving it help, so it's advantage. 19. It like
Nice.
swoops down with one claw.
I thought that's what that 9 was that you rolled. Was
Oh,
it's,
no. Yeah, no.
Ah.
Don't worry about those. You like reach up, like grabbing the leg as like the talons like scoop down under you, not piercing your ribs, quite fortunately. And you're like, you feel your legs like yank off the back of the dragon, the rope like trailing in one hand after you. You see Crixus clutching this like dissected like wing of the giant eagle as the one-winged eagle is like cartwheeling out of control, and he's like riding this thing down to the sky.
I took one feather and I put it in my trunk.
I got 25 pounds. I got 25 pounds of lion meat. You don't need to be saving wings. You know what I mean? We don't even have dipping
He's
sauce. What are you
got-
saving wings for?
I think he killed me, Mike. Oh God. So Angus, you're like plummeting with the bow. Eerie, you're like clutched in the eagle's claws. It's like diving down in. It's pretty close to you guys. In the other eagle, Hallrick. Yeah. Is anybody doing anything?
Well, I'm gonna try to glide. I'm gonna try to glide.
Okay.
And I try to throw them just interested in toss a rope.
You're lagging out pretty bad, John. We like missed all of what you said right there. One more time.
Can I attempt to throw the rope again?
You can. Let's let Mike roll his like check to glide.
Okay.
Make an athletics check. Where you're trying to like steer yourself. Ooh.
Hell.
Crixus Copperpot. I think there's a moment where like you pitch with the wing and you're like, this is great. It works so good. Oh, and like
Can I say that since I was using the big wing of the eagle, would it be fair to say they give me some advantage for that or no? 'Cause that was the whole point, to add a little more like a stability or an action.
Sure. I was gonna say you lose the wing right here, but like you're still flying. You still have like your actual like membrane. It's like you can glide, right? But sure, take advantage. You like make the turn. Where are you trying to go?
I mean, where am I trying to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Down,
Down safely. That's glide down safely. That's pretty much like where I'm trying to do.
Okay.
You know?
I thought you were trying to like steer up here. With that, you guys are down like within 100 feet at this point. Ulrich, you want to try to throw the rope again? Go for it. Where are you trying to throw it?
Towards Crixus
Okay.
to see if he might be interested.
Okay.
Attack roll, athletics.
Make
What
an
do you think?
athletics check. Yeah.
All right.
I think it's
Put a weight on it.
Pretty close to an attack roll. 14. I'm gonna say that's just about good enough. I don't think even if I give you disadvantage, which like from the wind, I think that like you throw the rope and Crixus, you feel it like slap over your back as like Hallrick's eagle is kind of like dived out in front of you. I don't know if you want to grab it or anything, but the rope like is at you at this point.
Sure. What the heck, right?
Okay, so you get the rod with the flaming sword like clutched in one hand over here. You like reach out real quick, like snapping it, pulling down.
I'll press it shut now. You know.
Okay, sure.
So I don't want anything being cut or anything.
Yeah, sure. So you now have got the rope, and like it suddenly goes taut, and the eagle is like pulling you like you're on a freaking tube on a boat, right? As you're like like sliding around this turn. At this point, I think like as Earth is like very close in sight, and nobody has yet healed you, Eerie. I'm gonna have you roll your death saving throw.
Well, is she close enough to be healed or no?
Like I've
Probably
been saying,
not
like
for
she
you.
was close. She was close. 4. Okay, I got mine.
16.
16. That's 2 successes, 2 save, 2 fails.
on,
Angus,
man.
your feather falling. You're gonna hit the ground around after these guys. Hallrick and Crixus, you see Erie's eagle like landing like lightly, like coming down up to one of the slopes, like rubble and like rock kind of getting pushed back from the wings, and it drops her lightly onto the stone, like landing next to her, like as yours is like coming down. And let's have you make one more like athletics check as you're riding this wing down, Mike, to try to like land solid with advantage with your wing juice.
Well, he's got the rope now, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
he does.
hanging
So he's
from
like
the-
skating down, and like I think that like as the eagle like pitches down over, you're able to kind of like let go of the rope, Crixus, and like the wing like hits the scree and the rubble of the mountainside and like absorbs most of the hit as you're like sliding across the rock slope, like sliding downhill a bit. And Hallrick, your eagle like slows, kind of dropping you lightly to the ground next to Eerie, where it like lands next to you, like.
And can I try to land near Erie?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, Rich, Erie's. If I heard Hallrick say this to me while I'm landing, I heal Erie then.
Okay.
7 hit points within.
I just want to I don't want to be like whatever, but
Could you
It's
fill
every
that
action.
blank, please? Because there's a lot of areas
Yeah, there's
there.
a lot of room there for whatever's doing a lot of work in that
like
sentence.
I don't know. Are we like going like every 6 seconds here, like action by action?
I have a bonus action, by the way. So when I was landing, I have like that's an action, right?
We've been through like 3 rounds, and so like we sort of were going round by round, action by action. Like I'm playing loosely with it, but you have
Yes.
made 3
Do you
saving
have
throws.
Do you have healing at range, Mike? Still?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Well, healing word.
you do have a healing word, and you're like clutching like this wing as you're like coming down. Sure, you can like spit out a healing word. I guess you don't need like a concentration check. Sure, Eerie, you're healed for 7 points of damage, health, as like you're clutched in the eagle's talons, and it comes like, or it's already dropped you to the ground. You like open your eyes, you're laying like on your side in the gravel. 2 of these giant eagles are standing over you. You hear like heavy boot steps as Ulrich is like running up from the side. There's the sound of like skidding rubble. And like you don't see Crixus, but up in the air, like as you roll over and are looking straight up into the sky, you see like Angus floating down from above.
I land like an Avenger with like 3-point landing.
But like
when
very lightly with
like
the feather
Black Widow,
fall.
you know.
Like, yeah.
What about Lothar?
Yeah, Lothar's laying like unmoving in the rubble next to where he like where
died,
Ulrich
Yuri.
got
Thanks
put
for
down.
asking.
Well, I would go check him.
Taylor knows he died, okay? Here he doesn't know he's totally dead yet.
As you see like Eerie open her eyes, Ulrich, and you like turn like looking back towards where Lothar is laying, like his body is just like laying there, like twisted over, you know. Most of the quiver is like empty. He lost most of the arrows on like the fall down. His bow is gone. His spear is gone.
I'm gonna run over and try to stop his bleeding if he's still alive in any capacity.
Okay. You like run over to him and like roll him over flat. Angus, you've like landed right near Eerie now. Crixus, you're about like 20 or 30 feet downhill as you went like sliding on the eagle wing. So yeah, you come like running up to him and like roll him over and start like checking his wounds. He's pretty blasted. I think he got hit with the breath weapon, right? It was the lightning, I believe. And so like he's burned and scorched. His hair is like frazzled. He's like battered in a couple of places. And as you roll him, you see like, you know, his shoulder looks like dislocated. His arm is like lolling
Does he
stupidly.
appear to be dead?
That he is not breathing. Yeah.
So I'm gonna yell for Crixus. Hey, Crixus! Crixus, the diamonds! You said spells with those diamonds. Can you do that spell?
I look up from Lothar's, body and say, Holbrook, I'm right here. I'm looking
I
at-
thought you would. I thought he said you skidded down the hill.
You did, but you start yelling, and like Crixus is like run up the hill and like come like racing up behind you. Is now next to Lothar's body.
I'm so happy to hear your words, Holbrook, right now. You care for Lothar so much, but alas, I have to rest before I could possibly pray to Ruldo and bring Lothar back.
That's just Revivify, though, right?
Yep.
That's a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. Ruldo's been so kind to me.
You don't know that.
And
Angus,
well,
as you're like standing there with Eerie, I think like you and Eerie have a moment here while the two of them are standing over Lothar. The pair of you like hear all of this.
Everybody okay?
It does not sound like it.
Crixus, if you pray directly to your father for help, does he ever answer?
Well, he brought Lothar back before. Who knows about this time? I don't have the means. I don't have any spells right now because of the battle we went through.
I think that what he's asking is, can you just implore your father to bring him back?
Right.
Don't cast, pray.
I look at Angus. yes, I will pray. I will play to Rudol right now, and that's what I do. I sit I sit in my Indian style, and I begin praying to Rudol.
What do you say? What do you ask?
Rudol, great father, you have helped us so many times before, and I know you've been so kind to bring back Lothar. Please bring Lothar back again to us. He's seen the light and he's come to our side, your side. Please help us so we could do the right thing and protect Abrea.
Roll a percentile. Roll 100-sided. You like call out this this like plea to your father, and you don't hear him. You don't like sense him. You don't feel him here with you in this moment.
I think Ulrich just kind of slumps down onto the ground. You know, I mean, definitely not the same history, but man, he fought his ass off with us, you know?
It's true. He hustled. Well, things are popping off over there. We got technology.
I think Eerie, like at this point, has like, pulled herself off of the ground, is like slowly like making her way over, like, realizing what's happening. And I think she just, slumps next to Ulrich and just, like starts crying.
So like the two of you like kind of sitting slumped, these eagles are kind of like, they turn, and I think we see them like nuzzle each other for like a moment, the pair of them, and they're turning, kind of looking at you. Crixus, you like stand alone, this like membrane of scales that you've like transmuted on yourself, kind of connecting from wrist to ankle, and then you just stand over the small body of like the shattered halfling. And Angus, yeah, what are you doing as you're like off to the side?
Shaking my head.
Well, I think like the eagles like they like turn, kind of looking at you like.
Yeah. Ulrich would get up, just look at him and say, "Thank you so much for everything, and I'm really sorry."
And yeah, I think that you just see one of them like bow its head very slowly, and it turns like to the edge away from you and just kind of like hops off the precipice, the second one following, and you watch the pair of them kind of glide out away from you, and they start to like drop down a little bit lower into the valley. Yeah, you kind of lose line of sight of them as they like pitch down around away from you. So yeah,
Suck.
what do you guys want to do? The four of you are sitting here.
What time of the day is it?
It was like afternoon, so I think it still is. I think it's like mid-afternoon at this point. Like you'd hooked up with the Eagles kind of in the morning, right? And like been flying through the day.
Are we still in the vicinity of the mountain?
Yes.
Or are we
Yeah, very
like
much.
on the if it was a clock?
You're at
Yeah,
like probably like the 10 to 11 o'clock ish,
That's just
Because we were traveling southeast, right, towards Titan's Hall.
We didn't
we
get
didn't get far at all from where we got on the
No, but that's like where.
And I did not want to get on the Eagles, and this was why.
I'm sorry, you were right.
Let's bury him.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we just like cut, like we fade to black and like open back up, and it's like the four of you standing over like a mound, a cairn of stones or whatever?
Yeah, because I don't think any of us have. So does that rod there turn into a shovel?
It's a neat tool. So look at it.
The Swiss Army rod. Is there a shovel attachment?
No, there's not. But there's a drum set. But
I do play drums actually. Just don't have any. Then probably the pile of stones will be easiest versus a.
Yep. So I think we cut to like the four of you, and it's probably like sunset at this point, right? It's been like a couple hours as you guys are like moving stones. You could probably take the benefits of a short rest if you want. You do not have to. But like in between breaks, you take kind of like working. And yeah, the four of you are like standing over the stone cairn on the side of like this mountain, the tomb of Guralkhan beneath.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that short rest.
I guess also Eerie would try to look around for her staff at some point.
Make an investigation check
I will help.
with advantage as you and Angus like walk off at one point while you're gathering stones. You're like looking down over the edge. You don't see it, you know. You have like a notion of where you don't even. You were unconscious, like you were in the sky, and then you were on the ground.
idea.
Like Angus, you have a bit of a notion of like it's that way as you're like looking down into like like Yosemite. You know what I mean? You're like it's in like this 90-degree arc in front of us.
I'm gonna look through both our stuff before we bury him.
Okay.
Like, is there
That's
anything
where my thing went.
Well, I mean, is there anything? I mean, we're in the wilderness. Is there anything we can actually use in there? Food? Any arrows left?
Yeah, I think that you're able to get a half dozen arrows that were like left kind of clattering around in his quiver. His bow is gone. His spear is gone. He did have a dagger. It's actually, I think, the dagger that you guys gave him. He obviously has his little gear. There's like not much of it. What you do find under his shirt, he's got like this small wooden pendant that looks like it's carved in the shape of a rabbit. And like in his pack itself, he's got a couple of days worth of rations, and he probably has his water skin still tethered to himself.
All right. Was that knife magical that we gave him?
No, it just was like
so.
a dagger. I think the dagger that you used to like cut his throat the first time that you gave to him. I think.
Wasn't cutting his throat.
Stabbing him in the heart.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
that's exactly. Well, he looked right into his eyes while he did.
Well, listen, it's a much different death this time. It was a real moment, though, I think, for you, Ulrich, as you like find the dagger and are like, oh shit. That
Some real irony right there.
Well, I'll bury him with the pendant and the
knife.
dagger.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want the dagger back.
Okay.
Go ahead, Taylor.
I was just gonna ask if Eerie would have seen the pendant. Are you just like doing this, or are you showing us what he had, or anything?
I think probably you would, unless you're trying to hide it, Ulrich. Like,
No, I'm not trying to hide it, but I'm not like going, "Hey, look at this." You know, I mean, if
I think
you're
there's like
actively
that
saying,
moment,
"Look,"
yeah, like probably pretty quickly on where like you go to him to like cover him up and you like check, and yeah, so you would see it, Eerie. I think we see Ulrich like take it out from under his shirt and like lay it down on his chest.
I think that if Ulrich would like look at it, like Eerie would like hold her hand out, like for it.
Put it in her hand.
Okay.
Yeah, Eerie takes it and puts it. Are there any like I mean, are there any like scattered like eagle feathers or anything?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a whole freaking wing.
Yeah.
It's battered. It's broken pretty badly, but there's a lot of feathers there.
I would assume there's also probably a stick somewhere.
Yeah, there's plenty of like sticks and stuff around. Sure.
So I think Erie like takes like a long stick and like takes a piece of like rope that she has and like ties like a knot of like eagle feathers and ties it to like the stick and like puts it as like a grave marker. Like in the.
Is the dragon far away?
It's like down in the valley a bit. It's not like super far, but it's like not right here in front of you, you know. It'll take you like an hour or so to kind of make your way down this like twisting slope to get to it. But you can kind of see in like the last like bits of sunset as like Erie has like put this stick in the cairn behind you, and you're kind of looking down into the valley. I think we see the glimmer of like light off the blue scales down in like the scrub below. So it's
I'd like to take a walk down while there, if there's time to take a walk down.
Sure. It's like twilight, so you'll be coming back up in dark if you're like looking to make a quick turnaround. But
yeah, I'm gonna make a quick turnaround.
Okay.
I tell him I'll be back. I want to run down to the dragon real quick.
Erie, was your staff magic?
It's what I use to cast my spells. So.
Angus is going to look and just kind of scan the vista where he like that angle. He thinks that the staff may have fallen there, and he kind of stands back, just kind of scans the line for anything that like does not appear like it should belong there.
Also, like it has metal on it, so it might be reflective. Fingers crossed.
Okay, are you using any magic or anything? You can make a perception check.
I was trying to phrase that as a perception versus an investigation check.
Yeah, I heard you.
Unless you'll even you picked up on that, huh?
Yeah.
Even if you will let my survival knowledge be able to pick out things that don't belong.
No, I don't think so, because we're already double dipping since you helped her before. But I think you can make a separate perception check here as we get this witching hour. You guys are like looking down, and you kind of note the like dragon scales. I mean, the dragon's like big, right? And I think you even spot like roughly like where you think one of the eagles went down, as you see some like feathers and some branches like smashed. Like scrubs and brush.
Okay, I rolled a 12.
You don't spot it from up here as you're like looking for it. You don't like spot it.
Wouldn't the eagles help out?
They flew
off.
They left.
They flew down to where
if we sleep,
fell.
I can try and find it like magically tomorrow, but well, yeah.
I didn't know if you were able to cast, if it was magic, and I didn't know if you were able to cast detect magic without it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then we could kind of just do a spiral search pattern.
Yeah.
Halric, you've like broken away from the others as the three of them are like standing up on the hill. You're like making your way down this like rough ridge, cutting back and forth, like cutting these switchbacks down through the rock, like squeezing between boulders, climbing over some, until you come down, like kind of pushing through a lot of this like dead scrub brush that is not quite taken off. It's got the first kind of buds of spring just on the end of the branches, and you get yourself in there, and you see the like dragon like smashed and twisted over. Much of it is like battered and broken from like hammering into the ground, but like it's right there.
I want to take my hand axe of throwing, and I want to cut the two canines out of the skull.
Okay. So you're able to like go over to it. Why don't I have you make just a survival check to see how good of a job you do? You'll be able to get them out. It's the question of like whether you could pull the whole route. Dragon dentistry.
What do you want? Survival?
Yeah, I think survival probably. I think so. You like butchered a ton of stuff in this campaign. 14, I think, is good enough. You like get in there and like, wow, it smells horrible. as you like get up and like pull the mouth open, like it's freshly dead enough that you're able to kind of muscle it around, and you're like cleaving into the root. You gotta smash one of the incisors. You're like yanking at this tooth, but like you see what looks like rotted like meat and like roast meat like hanging out between the teeth. I bet it's there's like ozone gas kind of leaking out. I think
tongue rolls out and touches your face.
I think there's a point as you like rip the last
just a little
tooth
bit,
out.
like just tightly, like licks it, like just like touches it just a little bit. Like, what was that?
You like rip the last tooth out of the head, lols, and you've got like the two canine teeth removed.
All right, I'm gonna throw it in my pack and try to double time it up.
Okay, you start
before it
like
gets too
loading
dark.
them into your pack, and I think you suddenly hear this like, and like you wheel turning, like oh my god, it's like gas, ozone gas is like being expelled from this thing, like oh, like darkness falling now. We cut back to the three of you on the top of the hill. Ulrich's gone for like the better part of an hour here. What do you guys want to do? Is there a moment here? Are you guys talking?
I'm still praying, I guess, in meditation. That's what I've been doing. So
Okay. So if
I think
it's
Erie is probably like not like. I think she's sort of like slowly like pacing, while also like if she comes across a forked twig, she'd pick it up.
make an investigation check. DC is going to be very low. There's a lot of twigs.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're able to find
Yay.
a forked
Great.
twig.
I can
in
find a
your
twig,
pacing.
but not my staff. That's great.
So like most of the hour ticks by, it's a little bit after that. Darkness is like fully set when you hear the like sound of like footsteps in the gravel. And Ulrich, your dark vision, like just enough for you to see in like the twilight night as you come up over the ridge, and like here's your three friends kind of like sitting tucked in with their back against the slope behind them. Yep.
Nice.
And you guys probably would see like the like things jutting up out of his pack a bit. This is pretty
Smell them.
Well, how big are the teeth?
I guess
smell
like
them.
it's not gigantic, but like the teeth are each probably like about 2 feet, you know.
Wow. Feet.
I mean, like, right? Yeah. It's
Well,
like
I mean,
mouth would have
how
been
tall
like,
is Ulrich?
yeah, its mouth
It's
would have
like
been
that-
like
It's like bigger than my. It's like bigger than my arm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
It's like huge.
yeah. I'm like,
It's impressive.
I'm envisioning
It's
this
impressive.
thing's head as like about as big as like the front of a like Volkswagen or something like that. You know.
Well,
I
we
guess
should
that-
pat ourselves in the back that we didn't. Well, whatever.
yes.
So the four
That
of
was
you are united.
Dragons.
Nice.
Like sitting on this like ridge, night like starting to fall. You're just like sitting in the quiet, the kind of wind blowing. You feel this warmth like coming with the breeze, and I think that the first time ever, like the four of you might smell like the faintest hint of it without even like knowing what it is, but it's like brine. It's like salt almost in the wind in the air as you're sitting here.
Huh.
Besides Ulrich, because I could smell Ulrich a mile away.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
he's
mean,
really
yeah,
bad.
Yeah, he does.
Does anybody happen to
Just
have a
saying.
small crystal bead?
No.
Yeah. Well,
You didn't bring
Would you-
your mother's famous beaded Stormbeard scarf when you fled.
Well-
Mike's face right now. It's like, I'm sorry.
So close.
Sorry.
So close.
Do you need a crystal bead for something?
I have my staff, which means
Come
I
look-
need
Tomorrow.
materials to cast spells, and to cast the dome, I need a small crystal bead.
You want to try it with a dragon's eye?
I don't know. It's crystal.
The recipe calls for baking powder, but here's a banana.
Starts with B.
Just letting you know, my grandmother used to make substitutions all the time.
Yeah.
So
Mine too.
It happens. It could be terrible, or it could
Consult
be
wild
okay.
magic chart.
I mean,
Could be awful.
But we have it has to be crystal. It can't be a jewels or anything like that. It has to be definitely crystal.
you have
It can't be a
jewels. I
diamond.
mean, you could try. What do you got?
Yeah,
You
don't
don't
we
got-
know, right? This is like a great
Angus
question.
got rubies and stuff. Yeah, we got. Remember in the dungeon, I got
Look at
diamonds.
my character sheet. The confusion was Kurt not remembering. Just give me a second. Gosh.
Gosh. Yeah, I only have, basilisk venom and scorpion
Just wanna say
blood.
Owlbear feathers.
I want to say that I'd have to consult the character sheet.
Yeah, no,
Skinning
I have
knife.
5 gold pieces to my name. Angus has taken no gems.
Erie has
Taking
no
nothing
money
of
at all.
value the entire winter.
0 money.
I guess if we have to look for this staff the whole day tomorrow, we will.
Yeah.
I can cast locate object. Like I can find my staff because I found this little twig. But in order to cast the dome,
Okay.
I mean, we can just.
Can you cast locate object now, or do you need to rest?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't have it prepared.
Well, then we'll rest without the dome.
Night
Like our
in
big
the
concern
open.
was being seen from the air by a dragon.
That's very true.
Wait a minute. I just want to make sure we have to make a fire then.
Mm,
We make a fire
why?
because I don't want to freeze to death, Erie. In the mountains.
And,
Is it cold now? I'm sorry. Is it the winter or is it cold or?
I thought we were coming into spring, right?
We are coming in spring. It's cold, but it's not like sub-zero cold. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
If you'd like a fire, Crixus, I'm not opposed.
Oh, hang on.
I just-
Erie opens her robe and grabs a patch and throws it down. And it's 10 blood stones.
Do you know
We die now. What
Erie?
happened?
Maybe they're worth 100 gold each.
Wow, you just walking around with 1,000 gold in your robe.
Yeah.
You slap the pouch onto the ground, and I think a lot of you hear that like tinkling sound of these bloodstones, and you look down picking them up. They are round and bead-like, but they're definitely not crystal, as they're like solid and opaque. They're like these black, kind of polished stones with these red veins running through them. You want to try to use one?
Let's try. Why not? Erie doesn't know.
Oh, this could be awesome.
It's just gonna be like a red, like
Why don't
evil
you,
looking.
Wait,
why
if
don't you
you're
make a
trying-
spellcraft check? I'm sorry, that's not a 5th edition skill. How about Arcana?
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I like
okay.
spellcraft better than Arcana.
I
Sounds cool.
think the Ravenloft wild magic charts. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the Ravenloft Wild Magic charts?
No, and that's the beauty of it.
Oh, dude.
Do it.
Arcana. 25.
Erie, how long does it take? You're just casting it, or you're trying to ritual cast?
She's ritual casting it.
So it's like an hour and 10 minutes for you to cast, right? What's the duration? Or it takes 11 minutes?
It takes a minute to cast.
Okay,
yeah,
so
11
minutes. So you're walking around for like 10 minutes with this bloodstone, like conjuring, weaving like the pattern, calling out the formula, moving like stone in just such a way to like conjure it up. And I think like you at the beginning you're like, oh, it's not gonna work, and then you're like, no, it should work. It should like absolutely work. It's got all the like necessary requisites, and like slowly this dome starts to like rise up out of the ground, and I think that it works, but I think that the catch is like it's like glowing like a red hot rock, like lava, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the outside of the dome, it's like this hemispherical dome of like just gleaming like red light. It's not like a laser beacon into the sky, right?
Right.
Like it's only like kind of like a 15-foot radius of like this dark red light emanating
It's
off
like a
of it.
fire.
Yeah.
Well,
Without
and
the wall.
we're inside of it because
Right. And so as you're like sitting inside of it, we see it from the outside, and as the camera pulls in, like, yeah, the 4 of you are in like just a red room. It's like the emergency lighting. You're all like looking at each other. It's very like blood red light just like emanating at you from all directions.
Does this seem like a bad idea? This seems like a bad idea.
You know who would have shit to say about this? Sorry, too soon.
Yep.
Kurt's so happy.
We're gonna try a full rest, right? I mean, we're at that point where
This is up for 8 hours. Let's go to sleep.
and
Right, yeah.
and we're this is kind of the area where the dwarves are supposed to emerge from the mountain, right? So at the very least, they may
Blood red hemisphere coming out of the ground.
yeah.
We know people that can do something like that. Okay.
Okay, so you sleep.
Nah. We attempt to.
So the four of you go to sleep.
Restless night.
Right.
As we go to sleep, I check the duration of this spell. Are there any plants within the dome?
Yeah. Sure, there's like some shrubs, some like small, like kind of scrubby tuft of little like half dead grass sticking up out of the stone.
I cast Speak with Plants.
Mm-hmm.
On
I
the,
thought you ditched this many months ago.
What? The spell?
Yeah. We
No,
just
I've
haven't
always had
seen it. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, no. I got rid of far more useful spells than this. I cast Speak with Plants on the hearty-looking shrub, and I let it know that our magic has protected it for the night from any wild creatures that would potentially nibble on it or its roots. And in exchange, I asked for it to sing us a slight lullaby as we go to sleep.
Amazing.
Even if it can just kind of like do like shrub ASMR for us, so we just kind of
I'll sing you the song of the wind.
Yeah. I tried to turn the shrub into a white noise machine, basically.
That's great.
And the wind cried, Mary.
Yeah, not at all spooky. Everyone enjoy it. Go to sleep.
Yeah, what do
Like
we
the
hear?
red
'Cause we
light
can't-
in the fucking red light of the time.
Oh God.
I think like
It only lasts for 10 minutes. So.
Does this sing Jimi Hendrix for 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
But we can't hear it though, right?
Everybody can.
Yeah, he's imbued the plant with
right,
limited
right, 'cause you
sentience,
imbue
so
the
it's
plant.
literally just like
Yes.
in this rhythmic, like rocking motion,
Oh
like.
my gosh.
I just stare at Angus. I just stare at him.
I think Erie's like silent sobbing as she's trying to go to bed, like intensifies a little bit.
It does stop after 10 minutes if it isn't helping.
What's happening? No.
Oh no! Always the worst part.
I will ask it if it's seen any other dwarves like Ulrich walking around here.
No.
Oh shit!
This was a bad idea. I disconnect stop my concentration.
Hang up.
Hang up the phone.
Okay, hang up.
Oh, I gotta tell you, it just went up in value in my book.
Oh goodness.
So you gain the benefits of a long rest.
It doesn't require.
You guys awaken in the
concentration.
morning.
We're stuck with it for 10 minutes. It doesn't require
Oh, no,
concentration.
yeah. It goes through its existential crisis in the final moments of its existence. Yeah. So you guys rest in the terrifying red dome of blood for 8 hours after being serenaded by the windy plant. So yeah, you wake, and I think it's in the like wee hours before like the dawn is like fully up. It's like still dark. It's like those glimmering like moments in the morning as the sky has just got that blush of pink. So yeah, is there anything you guys want to do?
Be at full hit points for the first
Yeah,
time in
you
the
should do that.
17 months.
Yeah.
Full hit
Um,
points. Full hit
I think
points.
Hit
as
dice
soon as
reset
Erie
too.
gets up, she does her like morning like wizard ritual of like studying her spells.
Just 1 second. You get back half your total hit dice every time you take a long rest. So
Okay.
it should be like what now? 3.
Well, I was down 1.
Then you're good. Then you're full. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You can continue, Taylor. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No worries. Yeah, Erie does her like morning ritual, studies her spells, and I think she just like gets up. Like the dome disappears after 8 hours, and I think she will take out the little forked twig
Uh-huh.
and like just kind of starts mumbling and like walking around with it, looking for her staff.
Okay.
Locate object.
Okay, go for it. Drop locate object in the chat.
She's losing it.
Okay, so you cast it and you're
The
walking
binding
around with
twig.
the little twig, like, where are you? Where are you? Like getting down towards like the edge.
And poor Denon probably is like the most traumatized little thing in the entire world. He's probably not here.
I would
Because
imagine he was in your extra dimensional pocket, right? Like you
Well,
could just like slip him into the extra dimensional pocket whenever.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Like that's
But I think that in this moment, like in the morning, like
He's out.
wake up.
Yeah. I just meant through the harrowing, like, dragon fight. Like,
Yeah,
I would have
that-
imagined that whole
makes sense.
moment he was in the pocket, and he
Yes.
just would have ceased, which is a shame. But yeah, so he's like out on your shoulder and maybe like hopping down, like skittering around in the rocks as you're kind of like pointing this stick. And I think like you don't quite hook up on it, but you know the direction it's got to be. If you guys head down the slope towards where the dragon was, there's a very real chance you'll be able to find it. So everybody else is like rallied up. You guys got all your spells reset, everything cool. You ready to press on?
Yep.
Mike looks like he's memorizing diligently his morning prayers to Ruldo. And so, like, as Eerie stands at the edge of like this cliff looking down, holding the stick, the 4 of you all like kind of gather and begin your descent down this like twisting ridge. And I think that the camera just like lingers, right, taking in this like lonely slope on the northwestern corner of this mountain, where this cairn sits, made of stone with like a single pole kind of rising up at it, an eagle feather just like flapping on the end of a cord of rope. And we fade to black, and I think we open back up as you guys are down like near the clearing with the dragon, though you haven't made it the whole way down yet. The spell only lasts 10 minutes. Is that right, Eerie? Yeah, I like hate to be a jerk here, but I think in like the 10 minutes that you guys walk down, you don't find it. So Ulrich can like lead you towards like where the dragon crashed down in the clearing. And you've not found it yet, so you feel like you've covered this area behind you. You got to be like closer to it from down here.
So it's not within 1,000 feet of us.
Nope. It's a bit like it only lasted 10 minutes. It wasn't within 1,000 feet of you at the top of the hill or in the first like 10 minutes of your descent. And now you're all the way down at the bottom, and it would need like another casting to kind of like scan down here.
She would.
Okay.
For
So
sure.
as you burn.
Do we want to maybe get a bit
Well, yeah,
further
get
out?
like
Yeah.
the
Okay.
next
Let's go
like
like
radius.
1,000
yeah.
feet.
Okay, so you guys pass like the corpse of this dragon, like crushed in the scrub, right? It like is beginning to like stink pretty badly, and you guys start like prowling along down the hillside further. And Eerie, you recast, and I think at this point you catch it on the edge of your range, like, oh shit. And so, yeah, let's have you guys. Who's? I guess Erie. You're gonna make a survival check. Somebody could help you if they want to, like, see if
Yeah.
you can get there within the 10 minutes that you have the spell up through like this difficult terrain.
Oh.
Ooh.
20.
Yep.
Oh, who was helping?
I
Well, I
was. I
figured
said
I
I
Yeah,
was.
Paul-
I'm
Ulrich
sorry, I
said-
just didn't hear you, Ulrich. So, like, with that, like, you start, like, heading down the slope, and I think we see Ulrich grab you, like, as, like, you take, like, another half a step, and a bunch of rocks kind of slide out, and he guides you down around. You have to take this much wider path that actually gets you there much faster. And so, with focus and clarity, you, like, come around, and you see it, like, wedged in between these two, like, boulders where you kind of never would have seen it. And like it's scraped along the whole side of it. There's like a little like break towards the end of it, but like the metal ring has kind of held it together, so it's got like this little twist. But yeah, there's a little like Ron's wand energy happening here as you're like, oh no.
Oh, my footstep. Okay. All right. Oh. Yeah, I think Erie grabs it. Like she tries to go over. Is it wedged? Can she get
Yeah,
it?
nah, you grab it and it's like a little like rattling and some rock comes in. You're able to like yank it up out of there.
Okay. Can she mend it?
With the spell mending,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
could try.
Yeah, I think she like goes down it and tries to like, press it together and like hold it and like cast it in the different like breaks.
I cast bless on the DM.
Thank you.
Oh.
He just sneezed.
Yeah,
Roldo,
no,
bless
yeah.
me. And so with that, as you cast mending, just like Ursula taught you, you see the end of it like straighten itself out. You hear the wood like rebinding, and it situates itself.
Yeah, Erie like takes a big sigh of relief and like clutches the staff.
I think it's
Okay.
at this point, Angus, you hear a voice in your mind. Brighthorn, we've made our way out. Your friend is with us. Tell
Send it
me
back.
how far. Where should we go?
He'll say back,
Follow the smell of dead, rotting dragon.
you have your map. Go where your heart takes you. We are heading to Titanfall.
Okay. And so you guys are down here in like the low part of the valley on the like northwestern slope of the mountain of Drakencaern here. Erie, you've retrieved your staff. Both are buried on the high slopes, the dragon broken in the brush. What would you guys like to do?
Well, to Titanfall then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to begin your journey. Who's leading the group?
Well, if Angus wants to point us in the right direction, I'll take point.
Okay.
Angus will prick his finger.
Make a survival check with advantage.
Let me remove my hit point first.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm really curious if there's a loophole around this whole hit point thing. If like with a small animal or something, all it needs is a blood point. I'm just curious.
I think
my-
it's the blood of Angus.
It's my blood.
Yeah.
Survival check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
23.
Nice. Okay. And so with that, Angus, you like set the path pretty easily. And you kind of like begin moving to the south, circling around the mountain in like these lowlands. So It's
Well,
pretty. Yeah.
is the ring still pulling us to the southeast?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It is.
Or I should
That's
say-
why I gave you advantage, right? Because, like, yeah, it is for sure.
Okay.
So you begin like moving, the lot of you carving your way around kind of the edge. Ulrich, you're up out in front of the group. The rest like trailing along. Angus right behind. Erie's little legs like hustling away. The weight of all of this kind of lingering on you. And so you have to like move back up and kind of past the area where the dragon is as you're like moving down now away from it, putting it behind you. Let me double check one thing here. Right. Okay, bear with me 1 second, you guys. Okie doke. Crixus, what's your passive perception?
18.
Okay, brutal.
You hate it. I know. I should have. We should get rid of it. You know.
We shouldn't. I don't hate it at all. I totally do not hate it. I love it. I just forget it sometimes, and then when I ask you to roll, it always feels bad. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. It's one of these catches where like
it shows you the how the system there's like the problem with the system.
yeah, there's a bunch of problems with the system. We should
Yeah.
talk about this on the next fireside chat because I agree. But it's at this point that you all hear it at the same time. There's like a rumble, and suddenly the earth erupts in a spray of stone and rubble as bursting out from the path in front of you is this hulking form, its head like carving down low into like this point, almost like a beak, this gray plate almost of stone over its entire face, and another over its back, and another behind that. I don't know that any of you have ever like seen these things before, but you all know exactly what it is as soon as it makes itself known.
How close is it again?
The predator of the mountains, the boule, a land shark, and it's bursting out of the ground, attacking you guys. It rolled a 20 on its stealth, and so it is surprising you guys. It's attacking with advantage against.
It's true.
We're gonna go Ulrich, Angus, Crixus, Erie, 1 through 4. Brutal. Crixus, it like comes bursting up out of the ground, like sailing over the front two guys as it comes like hammering down at you. What's your armor class?
I'm going to ask you, where does my blind sense come into effect?
So how far is your blind sense? Is it tremor sense or is it blind sense? What exactly is it?
That's a good question.
Just tell me what the range is. It's jumping from oh, it hits a bunch of you, right? My bad.
Cool.
So actually it's going to be Angus and Crixus are going to make saving throws, but it's jumping basically, Mike, from 20 feet away.
Oh, okay, forget it. No worries.
Okay.
It's within we actually it's in the monster manual for half dragon template, and I think it's around 10 feet. But I gotta look at it. But it doesn't matter if it's jumping 20 feet away. I would have, it's out.
Yep, it is, and it crash lands into the middle of your group. Angus and Crixus, I need you guys both to make saving throws. I'd like dexterity saving throws, DC 16.
Ooh, failed. Ooh.
Do we have a map for this, Rich, or not yet?
No, no map.
19, I made it.
Okay, because you guys are going to be all like clustered up on top of each other. You did make it, so okay. gosh. You think I'd have this set better. So, you are not knocked prone, Angus. Crixus is bowled clean over and lands flat on his back. Angus, you take 11 points of damage in total.
Cool.
Half slashing, half bludgeoning. Crixus, you take 23 points of damage and you're knocked prone. And at this point, I'm going to say go ahead and just like click your tokens and let's us roll initiative.
Oh, boy.
Oops, where's my guy here? Where's my guy? Where's my guy? Here I am. So it was basically a situation like this, and it landed like here.
And we're surrounded by these strange rising mists.
Yeah, exactly. The mists have arrived. The mists. That was its turn on surprise. With that, Halric, like this thing has crashed in to your allies behind you, like smashing them. Crixus is like down on his back, and you snap to action. What would you like to do?
I'm going to close the distance and attack with the Maul of the Titans.
Yes, the Maul like swings off your back, and you like double step back towards your companions. Its AC is pretty good. 21 hits, 13 is going to miss. The like Maul hammers down into the plate. You hear this like cracking sound. 12. Okay.
And
that's your action. That's it.
Yeah, that's it for now.
Okay, Halric, that was your turn. I think the Boule now goes. It has
On Boule.
long jump is 30 feet, right? Yeah. Oh, you were knocked back 5 feet too, which I guess does matter, Mike. It like smashes you back. So I think as you hit it, Halric, it turns like wheeling on you and tries to like take a bite out of you. 16.
Miss.
It's going to be a miss. And second attack, 26.
That hits.
It like manages to like crunch down, holy fuck, for 33 points of damage, Halric.
Damn.
It like grabs into your shoulder. You feel like it crushing on your armor. That's its turn. Angus, you're up.
Did it move at all? Like it said, but previously Halric wasn't flanking, but now he is flanking with Eerie.
It didn't really move, and
So,
I like should have Eerie maybe back a little bit. I didn't think like she was right up in melee range with it per se, but yeah.
Angus is going to move to flank.
Eerie, you can make the call of like whether you want to be there or not. Yeah.
Don't be there.
Okay, so Angus, you like now that Halric is up on it, circle around, your sword coming loose.
Oh, okay. I'll attack with my sword then.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm making crazy assumptions.
19
hits. You like punch out. As you circle around it, you see that it's got like plates, and you're able to stab like between the plates for 6. Got it?
For extra attack, 25
hits.
For 6 more piercing.
Yep.
Nice.
And then my bonus action attack, 23.
Holy cow, hits.
Wow.
Piercing.
Yeah, so Angus, you like circle around and are just like 3 quick stabs down in between the plating on its back, and it's like blood like kind of pouring down the like plating of this thing as you've stepped around behind it. Crixus, you're up, you're down on the ground. You're actually 5 feet away from it. It can't reach you, so you're prone. Takes half your movement to get up. What would you like to do?
Take a nap, Mike. Take a nap.
You can cast spells laying down.
No. Actually, I have. No, I know exactly what I want to do, but
He's gonna push the ladder button.
well, I was gonna.
Have you done that while falling and then climbed the last bit of the way to the ground? Like with that?
No. The problem that I was coming up with was, I believe it's a bonus action to utilize the power to drain life from the rod,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't. So that you said So therefore, can I stand up?
The rod's like right here in the magic items. I'm looking at it. When you hit a creature with the melee attack, you can force the target to. It's not a bonus action. It just happens when you hit the target.
Okay. Well, in that fact, then I'm going to attack it with the pike.
Okay, so you like stand up, pushing the button. The pike like this 10-foot like barbed spear tip just like punches out of the spiked ball. Go for it.
And and then,
that's rough. I think the tip of it just glances off of the heavy plating of this thing's face. That's a miss.
Just the tip.
Then I guess I fall off this plane of existence, and then I start falling.
Yeah, you're obliterated. Yeah, you're irrevocably obliterated.
I don't know if everyone sees this or not, but like we're like in the plane. I don't know we're on the aerometal plane right now.
That's why I said no. That's why I said the mists had come up around us.
We're taking a hard turn. It's almost October. It's
I
September
think I'm flying
freaking
right
6th
now.
here. That's it. Fuck this Abrea homebrew shit. Let's go play Strahd. I'm just kidding.
I don't want to play Strahd.
I
want to
don't
play
either.
Abrea.
Fuck that guy. I'm tired of Strahd. Let's play Abrea.
Yeah. I'll play
Baroness
Abrea.
Verlet,
Well-
Empress Virago. Don't even, Kurt.
There's,
Don't do it.
I mean,
Um,
mists
I wanna
does
play
not
that.
have to equal Strahd. Let's just
well, you have a bonus action. Crixus, anything else? Is that it?
No, I'm done.
Okay, great. Eerie, Vandrin, Silver Spark, you're up.
Yeah. Gosh.
I like that. Yeah.
I just,
This young woman.
what do
is
I do
stressed.
against big, meaty?
Witch bolt, baby. Witch bolt.
I know, really. Like, that's really nothing I'm left with here.
Mike
Witch
knows.
bolt.
Witch bolt, baby.
Yeah, I mean, gosh.
You listen,
You
it's
just,
got a high armor class. I'm going to say it to you out loud as the dungeon
Yep.
master.
No, I know.
Okay.
But, everything that I can do to make it roll saving throws is going to kill my friends. So.
There you go. Dan sees what's up. Xanatos.
No.
Where is
No.
Dan? Dan, where are you, man? That's all I gotta say. Dan, where are you?
We need to talk. I keep threatening Dan when I see him here in the chat, but we actually do need to talk, Dan, because we've been chatting
Dan's a
about
busy
bringing the
man, that's
Bay
all
to
I know.
DM Philly here. It's time. We got to bring back the Historical Preservation Society in Nebraska. What's happening here?
the
Am I
character.
just chilling?
I think, honestly, you know what?
You're just
let's
gonna
just
stall
be-
out your round and go next week? I'm just kidding.
Let's be kind of smart and
Run out the
cast,
clock. Run out the clock.
she's going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm busting your chops. Okay. Mage armor is a very good call. You cast mage armor on yourself.
Yeah, I gotta figure out my armor situation because I don't think it's correct.
We're gonna have to.
Don't think it's right.
You're casting mage
I
armor
went
right
over
now.
all your stuff yesterday.
Right.
I thought you had dex and a ring and your mage armor is what was counted. But anyway.
But it's adding +2 to my armor class, and I only have a dexterity of 1.
Don't you have a ring? Didn't you get a +1 something? Hallrick,
Yeah,
you're up
but
on
does
15.
that +1 to the mage armor too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mage armor, in other words, acts as a base. Mage armor brings your AC to 13. Then your dex, then any magical
Doi.
bonuses on
Doi,
top
doi,
of
doi,
that.
doi, doi.
Yeah.
I have a
Yep,
question.
thank
How
you.
many sessions
No
have
problem.
Taylor's been playing this character? Just want to know. All right. Anyway, what's going on?
Listen, we're learning wizardry
Brutal.
stuff. This girl's been druiding and wearing armor. You didn't even know your lifesteal ability works yet. How long have you had that? At least a week.
And in Taylor's defense, how many different characters is she playing a weekly basis?
I don't even remember what happened in this game last time. We are all freaking idiots. Let's keep going. Oh, none of us are idiots. We're actually all really great D&D players, and I love you guys. So, Hallrick, you're up on 15.
Exactly what happened last time. But whatever. Who cares?
I'm a moron.
No, Kurt.
You're just lovable and cute. Just shut up.
You're a moron.
It's the shirt. It's the shirt, Mike.
It's the shirt.
But all right.
I'm okay.
All right. Can I go? I'm gonna do something daring.
Please
go.
do it.
Can I do that?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna take 2 attacks with them all. The Titans with advantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hit and hit. Wham! Wham! Oh, for
Oh my
33
gosh.
points of damage.
How does this thing look?
I'm like it's still fighting you. Hungry.
All right. I am gonna action surge and
Whoa.
take 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the 2 more.
Joke
Swing
edition.
around,
Kurt's
swing
on it.
again.
21, 28, both
Yeah,
hit. Wham!
Yeah.
Wham! Now you're like cracking plates here. That's 23, an additional 23 points of damage. It's 56 for anybody keeping track at home this round.
And then I am going to use my second wind.
Sick. Go for it. 1d10 plus your level.
Yeah.
He is using the Maul of the Titans. Yeah, Hulric is there. He's entering Yojimbo Aelric territory. Okay, sick. Hulric, that was 4 attacks. You just did 56 points of damage, and you healed yourself 11, and that brings us to it. It is its turn.
Whoa.
I think that it wheels on Angus, who stabbed the shit out of it, but then you just smash it over and over and over.
No,
and
you made
over
your
again.
decision. I support you.
And it wheels back at you, bite for Hulric. 16-23.
You know what? I'm feeling really lucky. So let's see what it actually rolled instead of a 23.
You want me to re-roll, or you will re-roll? Go
I
ahead.
re-roll.
You roll
I
a
roll
20-sided, and then I add my modifier. That's a 17.
Ooh.
That's my AC 17. Fuck. All right.
Is there an Arch Julius in the Ball of the Titans? No, there is not, Bugbear. But we'll talk about that for the next iteration. Hulric, you take 25 points of damage as this thing is like chomping down, grabbing your shoulder and like thrashing at you. But you like crack it in the like mouth with the butt of the maul, and it like drops you back to your feet, at which point it's gonna like turn to dip. F this, man. You guys suck. So the 3 of you may make attacks of opportunity at it as it goes. It does not like this routine.
I'm assuming me too.
Yeah, that's what you guys. Yeah, and then all you guys.
I'll take it.
25, 22, 21. You guys all hit. Gesundheit. Wow, what a symmetrical amount of damage. You guys are right on it. That's like 18 plus 6. That's 26 points of damage. It turns to dip, as I said. And I think, Angus, you plunge out your like arm driving forward, the sword of Nalus given to him by Nalain, like burying into the plates. Crixus, once it wheels, you see the blood flowing between these 2 back plates, and you're able to just kind of raise the pike and bring it down like a harpoon, like Ahab. And Hulric, you just like wheel around with the Maul of the Titans and like a side swinging stroke that cracks it right in the head.
Nice.
And you like lift it off the ground, driving it back into the pike that Crixus is buried into it. And I think it's like scrabbling at the earth and stone, like rending rock straight up out of the ground underneath you as it keels over, like it lays
Fucked me
dead
up.
and destroyed.
Good job, you guys. I didn't have to do a thing.
Ears like got mage armor up, like that's how I roll.
I'm good. Yeah. She's like, I'm good over here.
Hulric, are you okay?
No.
Yeah. No.
We need to sit down, I think.
No. Sit down. Sit down. Yeah, I think so.
I will approach Ulrich to heal him.
From
Do
behind.
we want to take a short rest, or do we want to?
No?
So rules having like read closely, there's no like mitigating factor to the number of short rests you could take in a 24-hour period. You could short rest as often as you want. So if you just want to chill, because Ulrich will get his action
Yeah,
surge, his
save.
second wind, and all his hit
Right.
points back. You know.
Yeah.
Like, we just hit the road.
True, but
I mean,
Holger needs to take a sit.
But we just like I lost.
Well, instead of burning spell slots for when we need them in an emergency, like
I got beat up myself too, so I don't have a problem with like resting as well. I understand that, but like even after a beat down, you kind of want to rest a little bit, drink water or something, right?
all right, can we short
Okay.
rest? All right.
Hank is
Yeah.
anxious to press on, but Ulrich and Crix is like, we need to sit down.
Just like an hour. Sorry, I'm really.
So you guys can burn hit dice. Ulrich, you get back action surge and second wind.
and Angus is singing,
Oh,
playing his
Song
song
of
of rest so that everybody gets an additional D6 hit points.
dope.
May
Yeah.
have not wanted to roll 3 back to back like that, John. But
Yeah, I know where I stand. Thank you.
right, no, but I was giving you a D6, which
With each one, or just one?
Just one.
just one.
Oh,
Holy cow, Mike.
yeah.
And that would have been a
I
that would
don't,
have been
really want to roll anymore. I'm kind of like I want to give up.
God,
Kind
you
of done.
gotta get it
I heard
out, get
everyone
the
gasp,
poison out.
and I made it pretty harsh. Ugh.
Well, I got all
So-
my spell slots back,
Well,
which
that's
is cool.
23 for Ulrich, and what am I looking at here? 11 for Crix is 10. Sorry, I'm giving you an extra.
How many hit dice can I roll? 4?
all of them.
All of them?
You could
Yeah,
roll
you
all
can
of them.
technically roll 7D whatever.
You roll them one at a time, you know, so like you're not
Yeah.
committed.
Mm.
You can just keep
Okay.
burning them until you either have used them all or you're back at full health.
Did you also roll your D6, Mike?
He did.
did.
That was the first
That was
time.
the
Yeah,
first
with a
one.
1 on that one too,
Yep.
unfortunately. So 9, 10.
Okay, so you guys sit. You bandage yourselves up a bit as this boulet lays like crushed in the like freaking rubble where it came up. You could see it like had a tunnel that was burrowing under the earth and just kind of like shot up out of it. But you sit for a time, and as Angus like gives you the song of rest. What is the song of rest exactly, Kurt? What are you saying to them?
It's just a gentle low note on the war horn.
Mm-hmm.
Like a foghorn.
He plays that note a lot after the bean night, you know.
So you guys sit for a time, and you're able to kind of gather yourself, heading out. Later in the morning, as it is, you begin like the circling path around the edge of the mountains. So yeah, I think like hours pass as the day burns away, and you guys are like circling around the foot of the mountain itself, coming around to like the southern facing slope. By the time afternoon falls, like this boulet came for you. I think you spot birds in the sky, carrion birds, like heading towards the site of the carnage, the dead eagles, the dead dragon that you've left behind you on the mountain slope. And so the day like presses through pretty like solidly. Like you find yourself in the late afternoon on like the kind of southern slope of the mountain here, having like gotten around much of it. Is there anything like happening during this trip or anything important we should be making note of?
Think so. Just trying to cover ground, right?
I think Erie, like, is kind of like, sad. It's
I
very
would say
quiet.
Crixus is very sad too. Lothar really upset him. The passing of Lothar was terrible.
Okay. It's like a pensive, quiet, like heavy day as you guys like circle as you will. And so you tell me how long are you trying to hike? Are you trying to like just make a day of it, like your standard 8-hour day? You're gonna push yourselves. What do you want to do here?
mean, let's see how far we can get in like.
I think all of us agree we hike until we reach Titan's Hall, right?
Well, it's close. We can get without,
I think we
exhausting
hike
ourselves.
until we would start gaining exhaustion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pressing on through like the darkness of the night. One moment here.
Wait, are we using a torch or a light?
Erie would have light on her staff when it got dark.
Angus has light that he can cast.
Yeah.
And we've also done this before where we've not used any light and we just relied on those who have vision, night vision.
But there is light.
When it gets dark, though.
Okay.
But yes, there's.
All right. I'm the caboose. Probably like 30 feet away from the area.
That was a look.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Another roll?
Because he's rolling a random encounter right now.
Oh, I know.
You guys
Yeah.
you're pushing through the night, right?
Well, don't make it like sound devastating. Make it sound exciting. This is great.
I am very excited. That's why
This is gonna be good.
You guys have like pushed like through the evening, right? And as you're hiking, I think that Crixus, with that passive perception, is the first one to spot it.
Yes.
What you see is you hear, actually, before you see it, you hear a sound like and like after the third one, like it's unmistakable to you, the sound of like a rock smashing against another one. You know what I mean? That like sharp retort.
I've heard that before.
Echoing. What?
I've heard that before.
Sure, you've done it. You've like definitely heard it. You guys live in the mountains. Like, you know that sound, right? Of like a hard rock hitting another hard rock, that like sharp retort, the echo in the valley, right? That like very sharp kind of like echoing as you hear it. And I think as you like are looking, if you pause, you see up on the hillside the like mouth of like a cave opening, and you hear the echo coming out of it.
I tell everybody about this.
Should we go investigate it or avoid it?
Let's go check it out.
I look at I look very surprised when Harry says that. But I say, okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
So what do you guys want to do? The four of you just
How
go
far away is it, Rich?
about like 50 feet up the side of the hill. You see the cave mouth. Like, you're down below it. The kind of way that you're walking brings you up onto this ridge, and there's the opening up on the ridge.
So can we sneak up to the mouth of this cave? Can we use
You
stealth?
could certainly try, yeah.
So that's wait. I look at before I do anything. I look at Angus.
I am not for this, but if the three of you are, then I will go up to the cave with you.
Is there any light coming from the cave, or is it just
Not yet.
the
Nope.
sound?
Yep, just the sound.
Okay. And it's just a repetitive, like...
It's not like mechanical or anything. It's not that
Yeah.
precise. Like, if you're listening to it for a few minutes or like a minute or so, like, it's pretty consistent and repetitive, like one smash.
Okay.
But like sometimes it comes sooner, sometimes it comes a little faster. It's not like a methodical, but it is repetitive.
I think Eerie like grabs like Crixus, and like everybody's like, "Oh, wait, just wait a second. Wait 1 second." And she will like send Denon out.
Hey! And so
And
you
it's
send
close.
the small ground squirrel, like, darts away from Eerie as her eyes go closed, and she kind of leans in over the staff. And we, like, zap down, like, the camera view through the stones moving up. You want to have Denon make a stealth check with advantage as he's coming up on the mount of the cave?
Yeah. Ooh.
Hey.
He probably has a better dex than Eerie does too.
Yep. So this like tiny ground squirrel that looks like a chipmunk for the uninitiated, we see come like darting up to the edge of the cave where it
I love
peers in.
chipmunks.
And it's at this point that we see in the back of the cave there is this very like small sputtering fire burning, and you can see it's like around kind of the corner. It's the reflection of light rather than like looking at the fire itself on the cave wall. And I think he sees like the shadow of what looks like this like long kind of arm holding like a rock in it, like just lifting it up, like smashing down something on another rock on the ground.
Can he like continue and like get a peek around the corner?
And so like we watch him like one step at a time, right? Like flat along the edge of the cave walls. He gets like further and further in. And I think like he passes like there's a big bundle of like long kind of sticks that he sees like one end has sharpened, and as he's coming around the corner, like the stink, there's like this musky stink that's growing like stronger and stronger. And finally, like he gets to the end and peeks around, and what you see in the flickering like firelight of the cave, Eerie, is this hulking, massive form. It looks like bigger than Angus, probably, like maybe somewhere in the 7 to 9 foot range. Massive kind of shoulders, this long, kind of tall, almost like cone-like head. The small fire is like sputtering. You see a pile of furs off to the side of the fire. And this figure is like holding something that it keeps like smashing the rock down on, and it like looks up, like looks right at Denon, and then kind of glances away, and you could see it as this almost like primate like face, this like kind of shaggy, heavy, like knotted fur that seems to be falling off in clumps. It's like pure white. It's a yeti. It's like a big mountain yeti, and it like looks over at like Denon, like clearly not seeing him, looking back to what it's got. It can't quite make out what it's got. It's mostly covered with its big fat shaggy hand. You could try to make like an investigation check with poor little Denon's stats. Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, let me open Denon's character sheet because he has one of those.
He does.
He does. Oh no, his dex is only he's plus 0. I guess. Sure. Okay.
He doesn't have a ton of stats happening. You could just make a perception check. He's got advantage on perception checks. Oh no, only on smell, so that doesn't matter. Just a straight up perception check though. Wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, he's on whisper mode. 19 though.
Yeah.
It's like very, very, very good. Yeah. You see that it's holding what looks like a gemstone, like an orange looking kind of like gemstone in its hand, and it like lifts it up, and like you just catch this like refraction of like the firelight off of it, and then it puts it down on the rock like.
Okay. I think Eerie like calls Denon back.
Mm-hmm.
Like she opens her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yeti. And it seems to just be, I don't know, trying to crack open a gemstone maybe, or shaping it somehow. It doesn't seem, I mean, do we know much about yetis? Like, how much do we know about them?
Rich, how long have we traveled for?
Since this morning. So you got up at like 5 and walked down like the dragon area within that first hour. You've been going for like 8 hours. That puts you at like 2. You stop for an hour, 3, like in the region of like now like 15 hours, 14, 15 hours. It's late at night.
I mean, would this be a good place to stop and rest, to use this cave?
I mean, we should probably see if, it's okay with company.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should ask it. That's a good idea. That's why I turned to Aaron and say it's a good idea. We should go up there. It's just hanging out there making food, right? It's like cooking something.
Yeah.
We might as well join it. And we have food too. We have food stores with us.
Yeah, we could, try and, hopefully won't be too upset.
Hulk
Yeah,
and
I mean, like,
Angus.
I think it's fair, right? I mean, we've been traveling for so long. It's a cave. We
What
might
Like
as well, right?
cozy in there.
could go wrong?
Yeah, right. It's
Well, I
fine.
mean, I think that we can handle ourselves with the
I
Yeti.
agree. You know,
Well, but hopefully, I don't know.
We can
Yeah,
make
what like
friends. We
what
can make
what
friends.
do we know about Yetis? Like, are we like familiar?
I think we can make a friend.
You know a bit about Yetis. They're not like as advanced or sophisticated as a laggy, right? They're like a rough cousin, but they're very dumb. They're very simple. They're predatory. They're omnivorous. They're
They're
not
chaotic people.
like inherently evil, but they do not have like the sophistication of culture or reverence that the Alagi do. You know what I mean? They're mostly like solitary, except when they have young or they breed or whatever. And they'll like kill anything they could find to eat in the winter. You know, they're not like
Well, at least
actively like would never come to Erkengard to like attack, where like a mountain lion or a saber-toothed tiger would like pinch one of the farmers off the edge of town if it could get away with it. Like Yetis would rather avoid people if possible, you know.
Okay.
And they're really strong as hell, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
cool.
So, I mean, yay, nay, what do you guys think?
Yeah. No,
You
let's
see,
do it.
if the Yeti was actually evil, this would be a little bit of a less complicated situation. But since the Yeti is not evil, I think that we have to approach the
Yeah.
situation with
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
delicacy. Is that correct?
Anybody have any ability to communicate with the Yeti?
Yes, we'll talk to it. We'll see what it says. We'll use hand gestures, Ulrich. That's what we'll do. We'll try our best. I'm sure we'll bring food to it. We'll bring food.
You know, we didn't
Oh.
actually ever cook the lion meat, did we?
We have
I
dragon
still
meat, don't
have. No, heck no. But I still have.
No, you did, because you guys took a
Did
long
we?
rest at the
I couldn't
first
remember.
dome before you went after the
Okay.
dragon. You
Yeah.
guys
Okay.
first took like a short rest, then you stayed for like a long rest and cooked. Yeah.
All right, I'll take it off my sheet. I couldn't
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah, you could turn it into rations. Okay. So what's the plan here?
Oh, let's go in the cave.
Okay, so Denon like scrambles
we?
up
Wait a
Erie's
minute,
little
wait a
sweater.
minute. Hold on a second. Wait. Hold the phone, everybody.
I'm
so
holding
sorry.
it. I'm holding it.
Okay. So Crixus then turns and says, Angus, what do you think we should do? What do you think we should do?
I think we should keep moving and use Erie's dome and not bother the Yeti.
All right.
But
Fair enough.
but it's 3-1.
No.
I-
That's what
I
Angus
get to
says.
choose-
That's what Angus says. I'll follow Angus.
I get to choose the direction. I don't get to choose the shit you get us into on the way there.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to stay, if it's doesn't seem like it, I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Now that Angus has been so kind to us, now I really definitely want to go into the cave and say hi to the Yeti.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
I'll follow them.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll follow them in.
Crixus and Erie start like striding up to the mouth of the cave. Ulrich behind, Angus like, we just see the horns,
Let's see how. Come on.
Angus is guarding the mouth of the cave.
Okay. So as you guys get up towards the cave mouth itself, what are you doing?
I'm using stealth. I want to be as quiet as possible.
Do we want to sneak up on it, or should we if we're gonna be talk to it, should we knock on the?
Well, I don't want to like sneak up on it and attack it. I just want to sneak up on it and not like. I don't want it to be like it's like so. It might hear us like while we're coming up to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I don't think we should jump out and scare him.
We're
This is-
here.
Yeah, this is the
We're
two of you
just, like,
talking as you're
not-
walking up, or you've
Yeah,
clearly
yeah.
stopped.
Listen. I'm gonna roll stealth and
Okay.
I'm
Go
gonna,
for
I
it. You're
doubt
wearing
stealth as well.
chainmail, right? Or are you wearing
Yeah, I'm gonna not roll stealth.
So
Okay.
so we travel up. We travel up. We get to the cave, and we I don't know. Tell me when we get to the mouth of the cave.
I'm saying you're at the mouth of the cave, and like at this point, like, are you guys have walked up to the mouth of the cave? Crixus is like trying to like step lightly, but I think his armor is like.
How far away is the Yeti?
It's like another like 30 feet back in, like another 25 or 30 feet back or so, right? It's like 15 feet down, like a bend, right? It's not just a straight little cavern. But as you get here, you like turn looking into the cave, and I think you just hear like.
I pick up. I want to. You know what I want to do? I want to pick up your Eerie and put her on my shoulders.
Okay.
Hey! Why are you picking me up?
I think that it's gonna think that we're a bigger animal. Maybe it's an animal.
We're not trying to threaten this.
And so as the two of you are talking, and Eerie is like sitting on Crix's shoulders, looking down, the Yeti like steps out from around the back, and like it sees a lot of you, like.
I also wanted to add, Rich, that on the way up, as we're walking up, can Eerie cast comprehend languages? It's just an action.
So that's so cool.
Okay. Sure.
Great.
Eerie, you understand it.
Great.
It's like got a very simple language. It's like a very like less advanced version of Giant. Very primitive, as it's just like away, home, away.
Hey, Crixus, I think I don't know if we should bother it. We tried, like, I don't really want to push it. Telling us to go away. Maybe, I don't know, you want to try? We could offer it something, but I think this is its home and it wants us to go.
I think that you like.
I'm gonna throw it some food.
Oh.
I'll throw it a ration.
Okay, and so like the ration flies past you, like sliding across the ford. It's yelling at you, and Eerie, you understand the words that it's yelling to you, and it's just like I'm sorry, I have to like phrase myself right for like my Yeti translation here. It's like yelling to you like, and I think that what it's saying is like, sky soldiers not take young. It's like roaring at you, and it like leans down at this point, like forward a little bit, and it grabs one of like the pointed sticks, like a javelin, right, and like pulls itself back. But I think as it did so, it like kind of darted over the ration, and so it's like
show it's Ulrich, show the Yeti your dragon teeth. Maybe he'll like understand.
Take out a dragon tooth and show it to him.
Can like Eerie like try and communicate and like use like simple like Giant like
what do you say? What are you trying to say?
Things she tries to say like, we're not sky soldiers. We know sky soldiers. Friends. Have food.
Make a persuasion check. Ulrich, you can make an animal handling check like with advantage.
I'm handling this thing now.
Hey, Rich, I have Giant too.
Okay.
Would that can I join in on this?
What are you trying to say?
I say, it said we killed. I tell them we killed we're a powerful tribe. We killed the Sky Warriors. Here, share food with us. Let us share fire, or would share cave with you tonight.
I'm gonna have you make a whole separate persuasion check. Why don't you make a separate persuasion check here, Crixus?
Yeah.
Oh man, I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Oh well.
I think it's just like and like Eerie, you understand. It's just like that is tooth of great beast, and I think it like harpoons the meat with the javelin. And like kind of slowly is like bringing the javelin back, like lifting it up the ration, like.
It's probably just salted meat, you know.
And I think we see it like.
Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I think we should just go.
All right.
This is
Hey,
fun.
have a great night.
Yeah.
Great night. I love it.
You guys
Yeah,
like.
I don't know.
Great night.
I think
Yeah.
Erie like tries to say like, many thanks, good night, like gestures for Crixus just to back away.
And I think as you guys just get out of like the entrance of the cave, you hear from inside of it here like, like, wait.
Wait.
And I think that's where we'll leave our adventurers tonight.
What?
He's allergic to salted meat. We just killed him.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's terrible.
Oh man.
That was very funny. This was a very funny night, you guys. It was very tragic and sad, but you made me laugh a lot. So,
I'm
well
sad.
done. Well done. It's very tragic. It's good that you remember to like bury him properly so his ghost won't haunt you.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, wouldn't want, more small people coming back to life and attacking us.
We definitely would not
This is
want that.
terrible.
I really enjoyed tonight, you guys. I don't know how you all felt about that, but this was very fun. You did some things that like I wasn't expecting, and that's like very clever. And so I think that like you're very close to the Titans Hall at this point. I think like when we come back, like that's next episode. So we'll talk a little bit. We're missing a mic next week. Maybe we do Hilks and Sharp next Monday. If you two are keen for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll take it from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed that tonight. I like missed last week. I was sorry that we couldn't play. I'm glad that you're feeling better, Mike. I'm glad that you're feeling better, John. But this was a lot of fun.
This man.
Next time, conversation with Chewbacca. They gotta save Chewbacca. This is like just a random like Wookiee. Chewbacca's captured. That's basically what's happening here. Dude.
Yeah, which we don't know yet.
No. Well, Hilks and Sharp do. I mean,
Hilks
maybe
and Sharp
I'll get
don't.
you guys to kill him before we play next time. Who knows?
Stop it right now. That's enough.
Taylor.
No, Lothar is dead. I'm sad.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, me too.
Man.
He was a legend. He'll be remembered, right? He'll be remembered.
Yeah, that sucked.
It felt pretty ignominious that he got all of his damage last time and just rolled bad death saving throws this week.
Terrible death
Such is
saving
life, man.
throws.
Horrible.
Sucks. Sometimes it sucks to be Lothar. So, what's up with you guys? Anything we want to like make note of? Anything anybody want to hype up? Anything going on this week that we should be like paying attention to? You want to like promote, project, signal boost, pay attention to? Okay.
I think so.
Okay. I'll be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Dragonfly. We got a deep squad rolling. No Taylor tomorrow. I think you, Kurt, you said you're available. I'd love to like get you.
If you need me.
Yeah, I always need you, buddy. I think we're gonna be rolling with a nice deep crew tomorrow, so that's exciting. That'll be fun. I have a fun adventure there. I think we're gonna have Kevin back for his second episode, so that'll be cool. Sunday this week, the 12th, we're doing the Rebel DM panel here at 2 p.m. With our friends over at Sabotage and our friends at Zach's Big Wave Gaming, so that'll be cool. Otherwise, gosh, thank you guys for hanging out in the chat. Bugabear, Xanatos, anybody whose name I did not see or who's been hyping it up, but like, thank you guys for being there. I really appreciate the support. It like means the world to me, and it like makes it so that I can like do this full time as a living, mostly a living. And so thank you for that. Dan, legit, I'm gonna message you when I hang up tonight so we can talk. But other than that, if you guys have no special messages, well wishes, or farewells,
Be
then I'm
kind
just
to one another.
In the words of the great prophets from the future, be excellent to one another.
Nice.
Bye.
Night, everybody.